My name is Reverend Angley Ogwuche. I come from Olengbecho Eke in Opoku local government area of Benue State. And currently I live in the city of Aberdeen. I am also a theological researcher at the University of Aberdeen. To find out more about me, you can just Google my name, Reverend Angley Ogwuche, Numa Podcast. You will find me somewhere on the internet. And that's about me. As a minister of the gospel, the advice I have for young people is simple. Do what is right, fear the Lord. And I also understand that these days it's very difficult to try to do what is right because of peer pressures. In my days growing up, Tuko precisely and Kaduna, where I was born, was not as difficult as it is now for young people. We had organizations like the Boy Scout, the Red Cross, the Boys Brigade, and these organizations kept us in check and they built us into responsible men and women too. But these days, what you have is social media and all of these things. There are really nothing to build your life or the life of the young person as we have in our days. Of course, it's progress. We are in 2020 and we expect things to change more. But even at that, we do need to understand that regardless of the difficulties young people face these days, we can do well by, doing what is right, the fear of God. Unfortunately, the church community to which I belong, I'm talking about church in general, is not helping as it should be, because what you find in churches today, especially churches in Africa, is syncretic gospel and gospel of prosperity. The gospel that, in my view, is devoid of morals. Everyone wants to be in the ministry. Everyone, when you talk of ministry, they think of breakthroughs and all that. So where do we expect young people to learn their character, good morals? So to me, until we, the adults, learn to do what is right, learn to do the right thing, we will have this problem with younger people, because it's difficult to find role models today, whether in Nigeria, in Otukpo, in Benue State, in Idoma land. It's difficult. And we can't allow social media to bring up our young people, because what you see being flaunted in social media all around is wealth. Wealth that has no meaning, no wealth that has no origin and all of that. No one challenges you anymore. And there's this thing I always say when I speak to people. When I was coming up as a young minister, I remember I bought a Suzuki Vitara with different engines and all of those things. Even though it was a car, but a car that I literally put together. I got home to my village and I remember one of my uncle's wife asking me, Oim Onya Jumotoluo, meaning my son, who gave you a car? Do you know why they asked that question? It's because they didn't think that a minister or a pastor should be able to afford a car. So they questioned the origin of my sudden wealth, albeit a car that was literally put together by myself. But today, as a pastor, if you don't have a car, people will ask you, are you sure you're a man of God? If you are, then you should have a car, and not just a car. So I think those kind of things really destroy us, and we no longer present to young people coming up good morals. I'm hammering on church because that is what seems to be happening everywhere. I see a lot of young pastors now, and everyone wants the title. When I started ministry, I didn't start out looking for title or looking for money. I just want to serve the Lord, and I still do today. So I think young people lack good models in their lives, and that's where the problem lies. I mean, the elderly people, whether in politics or even in government offices, do not show a good example by the way they live. So I think that is the problem, but I'm encouraging people through this medium that we can still live right. I live in this country, in the United Kingdom, for some time now, and I try always to be a good example of Nigeria, of my people. I would never do anything to bring down the name of my country, where I come from.